Hey, what's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Fomon Demont et ce soir, je suis avec Elegbete sur Elegbete TV Radio.
TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. Get entertained. There's nothing like listening to Elegbete TV Radio. It's fun. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values. Alright guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew, so you love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. It's a lovely morning today. My trip to Uyo been put off for so many reasons. One, cost of flight is too expensive. I don't think I want to put in that kind of investment on a trip that offers absolutely nothing. Okay, so the national team came out with a communique that there will be no opportunity to do one-on-one interview with the players, to do anything. Just a Wednesday pre-match process, which for a content creator like me is useless because you're getting exactly whatever that person is getting. So one-size-fits-all kind of press engagement. That's not what I travel for. So if you're going to spend $500,000 or plus, feeding at local logistics and accommodation, I always like to stay in a very comfortable place. Then it means that it is not worth it. So I'm not going. I'm going to be here. I'm going to support them. I want to see them win. A lot of people are not happy. I think that the coach, Jose Peseiro, is tying himself with a very, very bad rope, and a bad performance at the AFCON would just turn the press hard against him. That's what I think he's doing. My sisters here. Julie, what's up? Sorry I was in Europe, but I couldn't come to meet you in Belgium. I'm sorry. I'm sure you know now, and I'm sure you're angry with me, but don't worry. Next year, I'm coming to Europe for 1 month. And in that time, I'll come see you, okay? I'll come hang out with you, party with you, jump around with you. That trip to Europe was, I just didn't have a rest day. It was Amsterdam, Spain, Portugal, Paris, Germany, like that. But I had to hurriedly come back again and deal with all the things that I'm doing. I know say you diverse. Hey, Semigo, I diverse. And that's the funny thing about this sister of mine is so respectful. Even in her anger, she was still greeting you. So Julie, I understand. Like, you have a reason to be angry. So I'm not gonna stay here, and I wish I had Davido's number. I'll call him now to beg you, because that's the only person you will listen to. But I'm sorry, that's all I can say. This is in-house kind of conversation anyway, but it's come out in the public. I am really, really sorry. I'm sincerely sorry. But I didn't come towards your direction. And even at that, I should have told you, I'm in Europe, but it'd be easy for you to just drop by and say, hi, but I'm sorry. I apologize. Today on the show, we're talking about people who made a lot of mistakes with their career. And I'm just asking is a very straight question. And somebody actually sent me that on your show today, okay, so Hi, my name is Gina. I want you to talk about second chances, people making mistakes, and all that. I've heard you before say on your show that you don't forgive. I don't understand the concept of it. I don't understand the concept of forgiveness. And nothing like in this me and Julie thing. This is family thing. Okay, the concept of somebody doing something to you, and like, I forgive you, come back again. It will kill you. It will just kill you. And that's the way I always look at life. Like, if somebody goes out of their way, like you're my friend, and then all of a sudden you go out of your way, try to hurt me, try to do me bad, do me dirty, and I managed to escape it, and they're creating a distance between me and you. It should stay like that. But I always hear people say things like, hey, what would Jesus do? No, Jesus will not do anything. Devil offended God once, and there's been a gulf between the two of them since forever. He's not forgiving him, and I'm created in his image and likeness. Why are you trying to turn me into something that I'm not? Okay, so I don't understand what you people talk about. But the question, Gina said, what do you have to say? I need you to discuss on your show the concept of a second chance. Okay, so do you give people a second chance? Okay, so let me read it. As a person, do you judge people by their mistakes, or you give people a chance to redeem themselves and come back to a better space in their lives? Christmas is coming, give someone a second chance. That's exactly how it was written. I'm like, I know the show is all about football, but let's talk about it. If one person who listens to the show wants to talk about this, then we should. Then I went online to search for footballers who had a very their career. Let me give you a very good example. Giovanni Dos Santos. I was like, this guy. This was before Messi, right? This guy is the next best thing. Ariel Ortega. This is the next Maradona. He came in a flash, left in a dash. So all of those things are what we're going to talk about today. So you can also share your own story. What on Instagram, and then the phone lines are back now, are working very well. So you can call in. Yesterday was nice to have two Ibrahim calling on the show. Ibrahim from Ikorodu and Ibrahim Ayola, both calling in on the show. It was nice. So you can do the same 07025000069. So if you want to call in. If you want to, if you're listening on the app, you obviously can call in 07025000069. And then if you're on Instagram, you can share us your experience. Are you the guy that gives people a second chance? Are you the guy that gives people? So when I use the word people, it's very, very ambiguous and just all over the place. So it's not a clear one. Because people, so let me give you a good example. If I'm following a football team and a player, is not living up to the hype, I could give him a second chance and see, okay, if he can redeem himself, and then, I start praising them. But if your circle of friends is different, so there's your circle of friends, there's your family members. The family members are born with you, so sometimes it's hard to even cut them off, because even if you cut them off, they're still your family members. But then there are friends, and then there are people you do business with, and then there are colleagues, there are co-workers, there are fans, there are a whole lot of different kind of people. And there are limits to what you can take from people. But I want to know how you handle conflict with people, disagreement with people doing you dirty. So we're not going to stand by the Idafe's rule today. It's not just by my rules. Everybody have to be me. Okay, so I should call the Batigo says call the number again. 070 25 000069. 070 25 000069. 070 25000069. That's the number. So let's say your take on all of this matter. Now let me take you on a journey. 10 world-class players who threw their careers away, according to this report. Okay, you might look at it and say, no, this is different. This one did not throw their career away. So let's read some of the. Let's see that I have the report. So once I saw that message from Gina, I said, okay, before we angle this show into a second chance, let's read about some footballers. Since the show is about footballers, let's stay with footballers. So got it now. You were fast earlier on. People say I talk, and I am thinking I talk very slow on this show. Like when I was in Bula, I was fast. I was jet propelled fast. Right now, I'm old age slow, but people still think I'm fast. I don't get it. There was a time when I used to talk like this. That was fast. That was Buster Rhymes fast. That was Eminem fast. Now I'm baby gibberish slow. Not, but people still think I'm fast. Okay, well, let's take it one step at a time and be as slow as possible so that we can cram up all these many readings that I need to do on the show today and put it on the show. But I'm going to be fast. I'm going to be fast because there's a whole lot. Okay. But I hope you hear me when I do that, okay? It is not all smiles in the world of football. There are countless talents who seem destined for greatness but ultimately ruined their career because they were overly confident, prone to passes, or simply lazy. But it goes then you talk fast in Bella during MTN Player Scorecard. I never did MTN Player Scorecard. I never did MTN. Not work for one day. Not one single day did I do that show. That was never my show. It's never there. Never, ever did. Okay, so since we present you a list of wasted, those are the words, so it's not my word, it's the word that is used on this write-up. Now we'll present you a list of players who wasted their natural ability and through their football career away, in my word, through their football career in the gutters. Okay. CB Phillips 22 say, you know, my brother, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm coming good. But my eyes keep bringing water. I don't understand that. Okay. Andy Van der Meyde. Okay. Do you remember this guy? He played for us. He was a very fantastic guy. Looked like a guy who was going to come out and become one of the greatest guys. Like I always say, I am not a club that would love to buy a player from Ajax. Okay, after the Kanuanko, Overmars, Philip Cook. The Coco play for Ajax, no, Philip Coco play for PSV. Clarence Seedorf, Gaddafi, Felipe George, the Bogard brothers, the Frank LeBron, Frank Arana de Bois, all of those guys. After that era, every other player that comes out of Ajax went from being solid Akmu, Eba, Fufu, Pandelian, and the rest to noodles, 2 minutes noodles. They were good playing for Ajax, but always bad when they go to other club. So I don't really like Ajax players. But then there are some players who came from Ajax that are good. Yes, players like Suarez, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Asanido, also those guys were fantastic. Yeah, some of you don't even know that these players I just mentioned play for Ajax. But yeah, they did. They played for Ajax, cut their teeth in Ajax, and became world stars. But having said that, let's talk about this one. Andy Van der Meyde was a Dutch winger, so you should know him. The Dutch winger stood out at Ajax, attracting interest from many top European clubs. After a mediocre spell at Inter, he ended up at Everton, where his proclivity for drugs and alcohol saw him waste his natural gift. He played under 100 matches in 10 years. That's like 10 games in 1 year. Wow. Now, this is the one that I'm sure some of you don't know who Andy Van der Meyde is. Let's be very honest. Some of you don't know him. Yeah, I try to gauge my audience. I try to know my audience. And I think that you guys are Sporting Lagos and Remo Stars generation. You guys are yesterday's football people. Some of you don't know these names that I'm mentioning. But hey, let's go. But I think this one, any like real hardcore football person will know this guy. He's got the skills that is better than that of Cristiano Ronaldo. I will bet all the money in the world, everything that I have, bet my company on the bets and say this guy was a lot more talented than Cristiano Ronaldo. But you see, the thing about life, they say hard work will beat talent when talent refuses to work, right? You already know what I'm talking about. He's Portuguese, he's skillful, one of the most skillful players after maybe Luis Figo to come out of Portugal. His skills are untouchable. They're electrifying. He's got speed, he's got pace, he can rush through the rock like Bugs Bunny and won't get his crash. He could take an entire defense, maybe the strongest football defense that we've ever seen in the history of world football was the AC Milan defense that had Franco Baresi, Paolo Maldini, Costa Cuta, Albertini, and the rest of them. That guy, charisma, could rush through them and nobody, no leaf would drop. Like a cat walking through a farmyard. No leaf will shake, no leaf will drop. But they just didn't come out the way we expected. There was Ricardo Quaresma long before Cristiano Ronaldo. I would thought that this guy was the heir apparent to the throne of Luis Figo. Who the hell is Cristiano Ronaldo when we talk about Ricardo Quaresma? Come on, think about it. Ricardo Quaresma. Ricardo Quaresma was the one that descended from heaven. He was the guy that was so good that you almost thought it was the guy that was going to be baptized at the waters of Jordan, and the voice came out from heaven and said, "This is my beloved son in whom I am well pleased." Well, that's how the football God, introduced him to us. That's how football God showed him to us, and we felt, oh God, thank you. But I said, are us amongst men in the football world to be blessed with this talent? Okay, that's where it ended. Because at the end of the day, this Portuguese guy he's got the skills of a football god, but he's got the attitude of a devil. Yeah, that's me. This is me. Okay, let me read what we're reading here. The Portuguese star was at a similar level to Cristiano Ronaldo, if not better. When he signed for Barcelona in 2003, he left the Nou Camp to make room for Deco and missed out on the best years of the Catalan club. After starting for Porto, he had disappointing spells at Inter Milan, Chelsea, before finding his place at Besiktas. He returned to the Portuguese national team to win the Euros in France, but he remains far from football's elite despite enormous skills. Now this is the one that I used to think that this guy is the guy that would eclipse Jordi Hagi. So Romania, Tiger Woods. When you mention Tiger Woods, you think of golf, right? When you think about tennis, you mention Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Steffi Graf, maybe Rafael Nadal, and McEnroe, right? This guy was like the new face, the Messi to Maradona's Argentina, right? It was the new face of Romanian football. After we had Lidian Petrescu, George Hagi, who's the Maradona of Romania. So this guy, it's good, it was sleek, it was nimble, it was quick feet, it was good, like he was everything. It was a guy. It was, like if he was a girl, it was the one who you want to show to all your friends. I'm the one dating that girl. I'm the one who's going out with that girl. You guys snap picture, you go to photo studio, you snap picture, you post it, everybody should see it. Wow. Enter Jose Mourinho and the story change. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I take note of everything that goes on at Chelsea because they were at the time trying to be the Arsenal that they could not be. We were what they wished they wanted to be. So when they had Alan Crespo and then they got this guy, it was the guy. They played for Dynamo Bucharest. They went to the UEFA Cup and then the Champions League, and they were incredible. But okay, as a teenager, the Romanian, his numbers spoke for themselves at Agis Pesteti and Dynamo Bucharest, allowing him to join Inter. He did not do well in Milan, and after refloating his career at Verona and Parma, he signed for Chelsea with his career on the rise. He was taking off, right? He had come to Chelsea. Chelsea had a new owner. There's plenty of money to spend, and there was going to be glory, hallelujah. Well, that's what we thought. Yeah, with his career on the rise, widely regarded as a top striker, he tested positive for cocaine. Jesus Christ, are you Maradona's son? Juventus Fiorentina gave him second chances, which were followed by uninspired spell at Ketsana, Ajaccio in France, Potrello, Prunin City, and Togo Moritz before he put an end to his career in 2016. Adrian Mutu. No, it's not Metaja Kazman, it's Adrian Mutu. Adrian Mutu went from Adrian Mutu to Mutu, Yokaya Udom Mutu. That was very, very bad. And this one that I'm going to read now is the one that pisses me off when I was looking at this script. And, I had to read it, because, yes, he gave us in 4-5 years what some people offered in 200 years. As As a matter of fact, he is the doyen of the beautiful game. He should be the symbol, the poster of the beautiful game. Because for me, this is the guy who went to Estadio Bernabeu, played against Real Madrid, destroyed Real Madrid. Still, the white fans were clapping for him. It's never happened before. This guy came to Chelsea and froze time at Stamford Bridge. Yes, I'm not the one that said it. Even Joko said it. Even John Terry, arrogantly as he is, said it. This guy played football like he was playing the ballad, like he was doing salsa. This guy was the symbol, the epitome of samba football. He was glorious in his glorious magisterial moments, and there were a lot of it. God have mercy. This guy introduced Lionel Messi to the world of football. He was the guy. He was the what's it called? He was the Ahmed Gabayariaro to the Ahmed Musa. He was the, how do I put it now? He was the John the Baptist to the Jesus of Messi. That's exactly what he is. But how he found his way into this list, I don't know, because as far as I'm concerned, man, if I have that kind of career and you say, oh, I messed my talent, fuck you. Stood it. But hey, let's just take it. Ronaldinho Gaucho, as you know, everybody likes to call him. Yeah, he was in Nigeria for the Nigerian 99 under 20 World Cup. When he was in Egypt in 1997, along Thierry Henry, Michael Owen, you know, all those guys. And he showed what good he was made of. My only anger and frustration was when some Nigerians, not all, some Nigerians and some Africans stupidly concocted one idea that a coach had taught this guy how to play football. And I was mad. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in football folk tales. Like, it's worse than Thunder Balogun, remember your left leg. It's worse than India beating Nigeria 99-1. Like, that is sacrilegious. That is like stealing Amadioha. That's like stealing Shango. It was that sacrilegious. It was as ridiculous as telling me that Jesus is white. But hey, let's just take it that some people, you know, just want to feel themselves stupidity. But let's look at the story that's written about Ronaldinho. For me, this is me. I don't care what's written here. This guy does not belong to this list of people that I've mentioned. But his name is there, so let's read it. One of the biggest talent to grace the game in recent years, however, he left the feeling of not achieving his full potential. The player who should be among the best ever is not seen as a great player who lasted 4 or 5 years, parties and an astonishing idleness transformed his figure and turned him into a second-rate footballer. While Xavi succeeded at Barcelona, the Brazilian prolonged his career at Atlético Mineiro, Quarentero, and Fluminense. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so let me come to you guys. Do you see Ronaldinho as a failed talent? Like, okay, so when you talk about failed talent, would you classify Ronaldinho as a guy who failed, who wasted his talent, who didn't use his talent the way he's supposed to use it, who came out and say it was good, but do you have a but in his career? You know how when we're in school they say but is an adjective that disqualifies it now. I don't understand what I say. But, so don't use but. Once there's a but, everything good goes south eventually. Well, let's look at that from your own standpoint. I was saying this thing. Okay, so there was one time I was, there's this lounge where we used to go to hang out back in the day. And they're like, oh, Ronaldinho. I used to love Ronaldinho so much so that I hardly wear people's jerseys, people's name on my back. No, I don't. If I buy a jersey, I want to have my name on it. I don't belong to those football fanatics who think I should have a player's name on my back. But then I used to wear, I've worn David Beckham. I've always loved David Beckham. I thought that David Beckham was incredibly unique. It was different. I knew it's going to become something great. and I love the fight, the fight he had with Silas Ferguson. And I always thought that Silas Ferguson was wrong, and history, events have proved me right. Even though back in the day, my friends used to think that I was stupid for saying a whole Silas Ferguson, especially the guy who signed it later to me. You know, if you grew up with me, you understand that story. And I was like, no, it was wrong. This man is wrong. This man is playing God, and I hate when people play God. Just like my former boss, play God with people's life. I fucking hate it. You know, so I have David Beckham and Zidane and Ronaldinho. So one day, my friend's like, hey, it's a player who wasted his talent. So, wait a minute. 54 countries in Africa, everybody play football. There's not one person out of Africa that have matched this guy's level. And you say wasted his talent? What are you saying? What's the meaning of waste? Who put a man that your career must be 20 years? I don't understand. I don't understand. The good musical songs last for like 3, 4, 5 minutes, but they are legendary. So if this man played 5 years, he's done just about enough. The Jesus that you said lived on the face of this earth, his career was 3.5 freaking years. What's wrong with you? Didn't you read your Bible? So if somebody did 5 years of great football performance, I am done. I am sacrificed. Okay, yeah. Jesus, you know that song back in the day? You know, we used to sing it upside down. I am satisfied is the song anyway, but my mom, my illiterate mom would say, I am sacrificed in Jesus every day. So, Ronaldinho, I am satisfied. I am. I don't see Ronaldinho as a failure. If you see him as a failure, that's your cup of tea. Drink it while it is hot. But for me, Messi and Ronaldo are not the standard to judge every other player, right? Some people have played forever. Ryan Giggs played forever. Would you say that Ryan Giggs is better than Ronaldinho? Your father, if you say that. Well, let's go to the next man on the list. Okay, so this guy is a guy who was bought by Chelsea to come and score goals. I mean, when you score 100 goals in 120 games, what the fuck is that? Man, that's astronomical numbers. That's Ruud van Nistelrooy type of number. That's Thierry Henry type of number. So you should come in and do goal scoring.